Alright guys, it's time to talk about some albums that I think deserve more attention. I've done a lot of different music related things in these recommendation videos. Some of these could be considered perfect albums, but these are just albums I think deserve more attention. I could have picked out probably 1,000 of them, but I have a few here I picked out. I may have mentioned some of these albums in other videos in some form or fashion, but here we go. First one is Mother Centerfold. This is Mother with an X there instead of an E. This is Penn Badgley's band, actually. If you know Penn Badgley, the actor from You and Gossip Girl, has a band called Mother, and the album Centerfold. This is a really good record. It's a really unique sound, a lot of synthesizing and kind of like electric drum kits, and really haunting vocals. Penn Badgley is actually the singer of this group. It's just a great sound to an album. I love listening to this one. I will put this on, chill, and drink, and just soak it up. So I highly recommend that one. I think deserves a little more recognition. Here's one, Vega 4, You and Others. This is a tremendous record. Some beautiful songs on here. I don't actually have a hard copy of this album. I have an MP3 of it, and then I ended up just kind of burning it and then printing out a track list there. Yeah, this is a bit of an older album. I think it's from like 2006 or something like that. But I found out about it, and it's just so good. I mean, if you like Coldplay, well, not Coldplay, sorry, Snow Patrol. If you like Snow Patrol, you'll love these guys because they're very much along those same lines. I think they're better than Snow Patrol, and I believe one of the members is in Snow Patrol now, so that would make sense since a lot of their music sounds like Snow Patrol. Good Charlotte, Youth Authority. I wasn't a big Charlotte guy. I did like them for a while, but I wasn't like totally like in love with their music until I heard this record when I bought this. I bought this the day it came out, summer of 2017. I want to say. Let me see. I think it came out in 2017. No, 2016 maybe. I think it was 2016. But man, I listened to this album like crazy when it first came out, and I still really like it today. Just it kind of changed their sound a bit. Not really, but like I just felt the songs were easier to listen to, and they had like bigger choruses, and the lyrics were great. I mean, I guess maybe it was just in the mood I was in at the time that it really sunk with me and it resonated. So, Youth Authority by Good Charlotte, definitely really good stuff. If you like punk music, kind of pop punk rock music, you'll love this. It's really good. Here's one that I can't believe hasn't gotten more recognition, and that's Paul McCartney's New. This record is so good. Paul McCartney. It's starting to wear out a little bit because I've listened to it so much. Uh, when I first heard this album, I kind of bought it on a whim. I was with my brother. We went out to the record store like we usually do. We used to like on every Tuesday and buy new albums when they came out. And I was like, oh, Paul McCartney's got a new record. I think I'm gonna go pick this up. And this came out in 2013, so we was with him, and I'm gonna try it out. So we bought it and listened to it on the way back home, and we were just in love with it from the first track on. The first track hits you hard, a lot of different sounds, just so good. I mean, this is better than anything the Beatles have ever done for me. I don't think you know the Beatles have done anything quite as good as this. People can say what they want, but the Beatles are good. But I enjoy this more than anything I've ever heard from the Beatles. Um, Next up, well, there he is right there in the middle. My boy Rich Cronin. Here's his solo record, which I still think deserves more attention. Billion Dollar Sound. I have a very rare hard copy of this album. This is pretty much impossible to get right now, is a hard copy of this record. Not pretty much, it is impossible. You're not going to find it on eBay. You're not going to find it on Amazon. You're not going to find it anywhere. And actually, a lot of these songs you aren't going to find anywhere but on my YouTube channel, my LFO playlist, because some of the songs have been lost. You can't even, I don't even think you can buy an MP3 version of this album anymore fully. So there it is, all 18 tracks. This is such a good record. If you do want to hear some of this, just go to my LFO playlist, click on it, and they'll have some of these songs from this record. So many different sounds on this album. Lots of great lyrics, a little bit of rapping, singing, which pretty much what you expect from Rich Cronin, the legend from LFO. I remember when this album came out, of course, I jumped on getting a hard copy of it, ordered one, and it's been in my collection. So happy to have this, so blessed to have this, because again, you cannot get this record now. And there's the track list right there. Somebody on YouTube may have made a full track list, full playlist of this album now. I'm not sure, but I do have some of these tracks I shared with you guys. Songs like The Kill, track 17, nobody had up on YouTube till I posted it. I just want to share. His music deserves to be shared. And oh my goodness, this album, I've listened to it so many times. Rich Cronin, $1 Billion Sound. And last one, I'm going to show you guys, this will be the 6th one, is a band called The Hours. And this is called Narcissus Road. Really good record. A couple different albums they had, I think. But this one really resonates with me. Let me show you the track list there, if you can read that. It's a little hard to read, but some of you may have heard the song Alley in the Jungle, which is the first track. But songs like Back When You Were Good, Icarus, I Miss You, Dive In, Murder or Suicide, these songs really sink in with me. Both the way they sound, the way they performed, and the lyrics as well. They're from the UK. Such a good band. Kind of wish they were still around. They really aren't. Like I said, they had a few albums, but this one is just, if you can get yourselves a copy of this one, either a hard copy or even just an MP3 version, it's much worth having. It's so good. If you like those British bands with those kind of sounds, this is one that you really need to pick up, because you're not going to regret it. It's so good. A lot of good piano on the record too. So there's some albums, guys, that deserve more attention.